everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to part 2 of things that surprised me when I moved to Norway, or about Norway. So a couple of months ago I made part 1 of this video talking about things that I thought were a little bit different than I was used to, or weird, or things I've never heard about or never seen before I moved to Norway. And you guys loved it, and I said at the end of the video that if the video got a lot of likes and views I would do part 2, and it did. So here we are, get ready, part 2. So I am going to start with something that at the beginning when I moved here, for me it was kind of like a shock in a way, because it was something that I was taught in my own country never to do. And this is having all your heaters on because it's cold outside, but at the same time have your windows open. And in Portugal you shouldn't do this because, you know, people spend a lot of money in electricity bills, and if you use your heaters with your window open, then the cold is getting in and your heaters are still working for, you know, warm up your house. So in Portugal this is no point. When I started to live here and I noticed that a lot of people were doing this, for me it was very strange and I couldn't understand why. Now I actually do it myself because I like to have air from the outside coming into my house and like renovating the air that's inside the apartment, but at the same time it's cold, so I have the heaters on. I have this kind of system that uses hot water inside the heater to heat up the room, so it's all with water. And since I don't pay water in Norway, I don't really spend that much money on this kind of stuff. So I don't know, it just makes sense for me now to have the window open, so I'm not like completely closed inside the apartment when it's winter, and I have like some fresh renewable air coming in and coming out of the apartment. This brings me to number 2, which is not paying water in Norway. And I've said this in a video, I think, and I had some comments saying that you actually do pay water if you own a house, I think. But if you rent, you only pay electricity and internet, of course, and the rent of the house. It doesn't come like a bill for water, which in Portugal you have to pay, you know, you get a bill in the post saying how much money you have to pay for water. But here, never paid something like that. So I don't know if it does exist for houses, so if you know that, just write it down in the comments and let me know. It was cloudy the whole day, and now the sun decided to appear when I start filming a video. Look at this! Next thing that really surprised me, and I never seen this in other countries so far, is when someone lost an item, and this is normally a glove, a hat, a baby sock, something like that, and it's just like lost on the floor. Instead of just like leaving the item on the ground, on the floor, people actually grab it and hang it on a tree, on a bush. So if you're the one that lost the item, if you return to all the places you've been to, you can see the item like hanged, like you see it better, and it keeps it from being on the ground just getting dirty and stuff like that. And it actually helped us a couple of times because we lose stuff and then we go back and there it is, hanged on a tree. Next thing is heated sidewalks. This was something that really excited me. I was really shocked because I had no idea this existed before I moved to Norway. But in winter they actually heat the sidewalks, so when it snows, the snow melts and you can still walk normally. Because, you know, when you have a lot of snow, or if the snow turns to ice and then you have like icy sidewalks, it's the worst. So in the city center, in like the main streets, their sidewalks are heated and you can walk normally without having to worry, without having your shoes full of ice and snow, and it's just amazing. Another thing is that here in Norway, Kindergardens, how do you say this in English? like the school for the babies. They are open during the weekend, like the outside part, the playground is open, so people from the city or from like the area can use the playground with their kids on weekends, and that's really cool. I think they are normally like, they have like a wall around it or some kind of fence, but they have this little door that you can open and go inside and just use the playground, and I just think that's a great idea. The next thing that surprised me was when I came to Norway and went to the supermarket and bought eggs, and then I got home, opened the egg cart, and all the eggs were completely white. And I'm sure that many of you know that eggshells have different colors, but for me it was quite a shock, because in Portugal all the eggs are like brown, sometimes really brown, like dark brown, and you don't really get white eggs, or at least when I was younger I never noticed. And my grandfather, he had chickens and all the eggs were brown coming from the chicken, so I really couldn't understand why the eggs were white here in Norway, and I actually thought I had bought other type of animal eggs. It's either a different type of chicken, which is what I assume it is, or they have some kind of treatment to them. Not sure. If you know, if you're an egg specialist, comment down below. Next thing, it also has to do with food, and this is when Norwegians drink tea or milk at lunch. This for me was so strange, because in Portugal you either drink water, maybe juice sometimes, some kind of soda, or wine, but here at lunch they eat this open sandwiches, which is also something that surprised me because I had no idea, which is just like a slice of bread with something on top, and many people eat this with tea, and that for me was basically breakfast. So I was very confused. If they would like eat and then drink the tea at the end, it was, maybe it would be more acceptable for me, but they actually like eat it and drink the tea with the meal, so it's so strange. And a lot of people also drink like a glass of milk, just like simple cold milk during lunch. If this is not really strange for you, it's just like super common, just comment down below, because for me it was like, this is a mix of breakfast with lunch. And they, okay, we actually have lunch here super early, like 11 o'clock, so it's like a Portuguese breakfast. Another thing that surprised me that has to do with food is that Norwegians don't have liquid yogurts in the supermarket. I don't know about you, but in Portugal it's like a super common thing to buy. Just go to the supermarket and buy these little bottles. It's literally like a mini bottle of liquid yogurt, and instead of eating it with a spoon you just drink it. And no, it's not milk with flavor, okay? Because here in Norway they do have milk with flavor, and it's not the same thing. It's literally liquid yogurt, and I cannot find it in Norway. If you know a place that sells liquid yogurt, just tell me, because I love liquid yogurt. And you go to other countries and they do have this. Some countries even have like huge bottles of it, and here nothing, just yogurt that you eat with a spoon. That was it for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video as much as you enjoyed the part 1. Let me know all you're thinking about in the comments down below. If you have more things that for you were a little bit surprising in Norway or in other countries, comment down below, let us know, and don't forget to give this video a massive like. I will see you guys on my next video. Bye!